Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Memphis International Raceway getting ready for race number 30 here in heat number 1 first. 20-lap heat, 60-lap main. As you can see, there are a ton of pink spoilers or purple spoilers, whatever the heck you see, side skirts and splitters all over the place. Look at all of them. Some people have totally pinked out purple cars, as you see Michael Naylor does back there. Look at that car. Tony Vieira running the Lipton scheme. He'll be running the scheme the whole course of these next 7 races. So Deanna Jones, Carol Morton, row 1. Zachary Rogers, Ben Goldberg, row 2. Peter Sands, Austin Adams, row 3. Michael Naylor, Jim Warren in 3rd, row 4, with Tony Vieira and Chris Corando, row 5. As the pace car dives down pit road. They'll be coming around to the start-finish line. 20 laps of racing here in heat number 1. Who is going to make the race? Green flag is out. We are underway. Inside line got a pretty good jump. Deanna Jones and Zachary Rogers driving by completely. They do this track at a decent speed. So Deanna Jones, Zachary Rogers, top 2 drivers. Carol Morton, after starting second, heads into 3rd. So Deanna Jones will lead lap 1. First real short track race on pavement, as Eldora and Bristol were dirt. Be heading back to Bristol in a couple of races. Peter Sands moves up to 4th. It looks like the high side is not that great of an advantage. Look at all the pink cars we got back here. Now, in track testing before the season started, we did have some crashing. It's just so weird seeing all these pink spoilers all over the place. But there was a crash. I think it was entering turn 3, but I don't know if we'll have one here today. Andrew Rich doing a good job. Did a good job last week at Gateway. Ben Goldberg started in 4th. Falling back a bit here, but if he can get to the bottom or hold on, he should make his 4th straight race. As Deanna Jones still leads it. Some craziness in the back here. Some of these guys will be running the same scheme or sponsor the whole week, the whole 7-race streak. One of those drivers is Micah Kidney, Nicholas Samudio, Scott Carini, Steve Cavallo, Ryan Shea, Kerry Davis. Michael Cavanero is one of them. Edwin Mendez, Michael Parker, Peggy Bowling. I like the way Peggy Bowling's numbers stand out. Adam Rogers is. Ben Goldberg, Andrew Rich, Tony Vieira, we said Michael Naylor. It's weird seeing Naylor in a pink car, I must say. As there is uncertainty whether he will return next season. Meanwhile, Deanna Jones still leading. Zachary Rogers in 2nd. Not really been able to gain any ground on the 7 after the start of the race. Short track racing can be boring sometimes, but the races are necessary. As we see, there is passing, but only to a certain degree. So let's check out the TV2 camera, as we can't really see anything because of the ticker. But right now, 21st is Ryan Shea. So we look back and see who's outside. Ben Goldberg has solidified himself into 8th. Deanna Jones continuing to pull away from the field. Could be a good weekend for her. I'm interested to see how pit stops could affect this race if we even have any. And I'm talking about the main, of course. But if we have pit stops, I wonder how pit road will go down. For the most part, though, train racing here at Memphis. Who's texting me? And the idea is roll in, and you know what? I'm sorry, but we're at the 30th race of the season. If you wanted these ideas to be put in, you should have done it before the season started. Yeesh. And I will not be running heat races next season. No way. No way. And hearing that sound makes me think, oh, we got a crash. But we don't. So Samudio's in 21st now. No real signs of anybody looking to even have a shot to change positions. So it looks like Memphis is going to bore the crap out of me. Good thing we're going to Armory Digital Super Speedway next week. Hopefully we have a new winner. Adam Rogers has actually won that race twice, or won there twice. Naylor won there last season. It has actually been the season finale the past 3 seasons. This time it is not, as Homestead becomes the season finale again. Or actually, it's the first time I think this season. It's the first time I'm using Homestead as the finale. Seasons 1 and 2 we used Senjoltis. No, season 1 we used Senjoltis. Season 2 and season 3 we used Auto Club. And then we've been using Armory Digital the past 3. 4 laps to go in heat race number 1. And I think my parents just got home after being gone a whole week. I really have no idea until I hear the door open. Good thing this heat's almost over. I think nothing is going on right now. Nope. Actually, yes. Logan York has moved down to 21st. So there is going to be some passing, thank God. But it's in the back of the pack, so 2 laps to go. Micah Kidney's going to fall to 21st if he gets stuck on the outside line. That could allow Ryan Shea to make the race, which Ryan Shea is looking under the 0-1. But I saw him have to check up a bit there. And that's going to hurt the 15 shot at making the race. White flag is out, as now Brenda Rogers is going to lose 23rd, the May Rider. So I think that'll really do it based on who's going to make the race. And it looks like at this point qualifying will decide us. Deanna Jones and Zachary Rogers pretty much pulled away from the field. So Deanna Jones wins the heat. 21st will be Micah Kidney. But total domination by the 7 and the 3. See you guys for heat 2. Getting ready for heat 2. Benjamin Dion on the front row with James Morton. Look at that Spider-Man scheme. This is a one-time race for the Spider-Man scheme. There's actually a Guitar Hero scheme Benjamin Dion will be running. I don't know if he'll run it next week or not. That is up in the air. Kevin Peeler, John Lanaz, row 2. Sam Rogers, Eric Carl, row 3 with their own special schemes. Eric Carl is going to run this scheme 4 times. Sam Rogers, this is one of 2 times. Philip Tringali, Keith Rich, row 4 with Michael Rogers and Michael Amato, row 5. As Dollar General's final 7 races are in these breast cancer races, as No Fear does not have a breast cancer car. And for whatever reason, the top 2 rows on the inside get a good jump. I wonder if we can fix that. So Dion's going to pull away and probably do the same thing Deanna Jones did, and Kevin Peeler will probably do the same thing. James Morton in 3rd. Almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide here at Memphis. I don't think this is going to end well. James Morton backs off or not. Oh, no. Jean Linares clears him. We have one other all-pink car, and that is the 41 of Michael Santos. So, Benjamin Tilton, FedEx Freight's got 3 breast cancer races. Ground's got 2, and... No, not Ground. Express has 2, and Office has 2. Ground has none. And the 11 team actually has a scheme they have not run yet this season. That's for Dover only, which will be in the chase. Anyway, Benjamin Dion in the lead, pulling away like I said he would. A lot more. Well, actually, I think Peeler might be catching it. Nope, never mind. Dion is just pulling away. Speaking of points, since the top 3 in points failed to make the race last week, Peter Sands and Steve Cavallo made it this week. Where the heck is Mike Mellon? Oh, that's Greg Lyons. Mike Mellon is last, so it looks like he's going to miss another race because it is a pain to pass here. Torrey Travis, I like this scheme too. There's Dylan Young. It looks so weird having pink on a Miller Lite car. I don't know why, but... Robert Rogers running the Realtree scheme. This is one of the 2 last races for the Realtree scheme, and this is the only breast cancer race for them. So anyway, pass is going on back here in the back. Drivers trying to get in the race. They're single file up to 10th, 11th now. Ben Goldberg made his fourth straight race after replacing his cousin Philip. And I tell you, Ben and that team are driven to try and make this chase somehow. They are trying with everything they've got. And they've actually studied this track very well. I would be surprised if they didn't qualify in the top 10 for the main. And I got to tell you, Dion is dominating a lot more than Deanna Jones did. I don't know if that's because he's got experience or if Kevin Peeler just... Excuse me, never mind. Sam Rogers is doing good. Sam is actually catching up to Kevin Peeler, so this is what I want to see. I want to see drivers in the pack catching other drivers in the pack. Now, if they can pass that driver that they're catching up to at half a tenth a lap, that would prove to me that I don't have to change the track inning settings. So let's see this lap, 547, 542. I don't know. We'll see. It's just, I don't know if they're going too fast in the corners or the acceleration speed is too much, but I got to figure something out. Dion is just pretty much blown away everybody with 9 laps to go. Entering this race, we have one driver outside the top 40 without a win. Well, I mean with a win. One driver outside the top 40 with a win. I forget who it is. But entering this weekend, we would have getting in the chase with no wins. In the top 10 would be Steve Cavallo, second in points entering this weekend. And then outside the top 10 would be Andrew Rich and Nathan Rogers. And now Andrew has 25 points over Nathan Rogers. If we stay under, and I repeat, if we stay under 24 winners in the top 40, I think Andrew's going to make it as long as he keeps making races. Because Andrew's been making like pretty much every race and at least finishing decent. So he made the race. And is Nate in this heat or not? See, I'm already second guessing myself. So Nate is in this heat. And Nate's running 27th. And that is not good for him. And I forget who the next driver in line would have been. But we still got a couple of races to go. By the way, info on Season 7. There is an info video coming out after the Memphis race. So stay tuned for that. If any of you hear this, and I know some of you do watch the whole video, so if you do hear this, good for you. You're ahead of the game. Interesting concept for next season. Gonna go back to the Gen 6 2015 mod. And if people can follow instructions correctly, it'll be an awesome season. And I'm probably going to go down to 36 races because, honestly, some of these tracks do suck. I can't think of any off the top of my head. As much as Watkins Glen is great, if I can't find the right track any setup to run on it, then I'm not going to go back to it. Clawhammer is okay. I don't know if I really want to go back there. I'm actually honestly thinking of maybe making 2 Island Rally races. Old Spice was interesting just because everybody spun out, but besides that, that race sucked too. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. All right, white flag is out for Dion because he's just obliterated the field. Who the heck is in 21st? And it's Caleb Hoffman and Mike Mellon's 22nd. And it looks like Mike Mellon is not going to make the race. So that's a tough break for Mike. That's his 2nd or 3rd straight race missed. So there you go. Dion won the heat race. Completely destroyed them. So let's see if I can change this and make it more competitive. And I will see you guys for the Napa Auto Parts 400.